update for Texas Chainsaw Massacre just released, and in this update we have a couple of changes. The first one being a big change towards SISSY. They fixed the SISSY poison attack, so SISSY nerf is confirmed, it is now live in action, so SISSY should be as playable as she was before. Doesn't mean she's bad, but she's not as effective as before because the bug was used to advantage. This bug resulted in SISSY's attacks having poison effect. All her attacks, no matter what attack it was, she had poison on hit. And that caused a lot of situations where SISSY was pretty much overpowered and broken. I talked about this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and everyone's like, no, SISSY not broken, SISSY good. No, SISSY broken. She was definitely broken because of this bug. So there we go. Perfect. SISSY's normal attacks will no longer have a poison effect. Nice. So now this poison effect in general is gone. I actually think the bug of all SISSY attacks having poison effect was actually intended because her normal attacks had poison. So I think it was actually intended for the way that was supposed to work. So I don't know if it was a bug or just a design choice, but that's then. It's been removed because obviously balancing needs to be done. Special blend can now still provide a poison attack only on her next strike. So use your poison cloud and then you walk through the poison cloud itself while having the perk special blend available. You still get 1 poison attack. That 1 poison attack is enough to actually ruin anyone. So that is very good, and now you will see special blend be used by all players because it's very important. The next aspect is rubber legs can still slow down victims already affected by poison. So now rubber legs has a nuance to it. We'll double check this nuance in gameplay reasons, but it looks like they're still slow, but the slow only happens with poison. So you need to run rubber legs, special blend, and another perk. Only way to actually make this work. Alongside that, they fixed somehow blocking yourself on the playlist. For some reason, someone was trying that. Whoever's trying that, you got issues blocking yourself from a game because you couldn't play the game after it. But they blocked themselves, and now it's been fixed. So good on you for trying to fix this, block yourself. Good on that. And they fixed it for you. Moving on to the next aspect is change fuse box locations on Slaughterhouse. This is very important. There's a couple of changes here. So if we go down here, fuse box locations Slaughterhouse and valve handle spawns on Slaughterhouse. This is so important because these 2 objectives are very, very easy to get to. And I thought they're going to change the valve location as well. The actual, not the handles, but the actual system itself. But it seems like that wasn't what they've done here in any way. So let's talk about the fuse box first. The fuse box will no longer spawn next to the Slaughterhouse door, which is the red door. Wait. No, that's, Slaughterhouse door is the left. How do we explain this? Going towards loading dock. That area there. If you go towards loading dock, that area won't have fuse box spawning there ever again. Cool. That's been removed. We've also replaced the new spawn on the side of the shed near the valve exit gate. So this was the little mini shed in the corner of the map. You know when you run through valve gate? There's a little mini shed. They added it there. So now you have 3 spawns, one of them being next to parking lot on the way to red door, parking lot. Yeah, sliding door, correct. That's the one I was talking about. That's been removed. Red door, parking lot. You have grandpa spawn. There's one next to the main shed or the main area that you come out from basement, that main area where grandpa usually is. There's a fuse spawn there as well, fuse box. And your fuse box will spawn at the little shed on the corner of the map next to pressure gate. Nice. Okay, now we got some pressure going. You know why? Because that's high traffic areas where it's very important to have killers rotate there, family members to rotate there to get some kills and protect those objectives because it's not that far from each other now. They're much more closer, and that triangle they have to path between those objectives are much closer. So if it spawns one way or another, you can actually usually stop it. We've placed that new spawn, yes. Valve handle spawns, we've moved the spawn location of the valve handle on the side of the garage to be a more high traffic area. Side of the garage. Damn. Oh, I know which one. Next to red door. Red door, there used to be one next to... So the red door had a fuse box and a valve spawn. That's been moved. And I think they moved it to the animal pen to be more in high traffic area. So this is right outside the animal pen, I believe. Where we saw it last game. Essentially is the hallway. It's like an open hallway where you can run through to, like, in the middle of the map. That area there, there's a little square box. That area there has the actual valve spawn. We'll show it in the gameplay at some point. But that is where it is now. So they moved it, so it's much harder to get to, technically, but still pretty easy. But they moved some stuff around, so it makes it hard for people to know. And then of the perks. The perks got balanced too. The grapple perk. This grapple perk made it too easy. So they've reduced it. And this perk provides a percentage chance to keep scrap after a close encounter. Wait, what? Efficiency Grappler. It's not the right perk, is it? It's Efficiency Grappler. Huh. Interesting. So they reduced the chance of keeping it to 20% at level 3. That's it. That's all they did. Okay. It never doesn't mean shit. Honestly, it doesn't change anything. Officially backstabber, exact same thing. So all they're doing is right now, they're trying to reduce bone scrap in every way possible. If you use bone scrap for backstabbing in any capacity, you will not be able to use it again. That's the idea. They're trying to reduce that chance from coming back to you. Because I think it was at 50%, if I'm not mistaken, with officially backstabber at level 3. So they've actually changed both the officially perks on backstabber and grapple. So that's been changed. Cool, cool, cool. Nothing too important. Now, Connie's abilities. It should be around here. Connie ability cooldown. We've added the base cooldown time for Connie's focus ability. So that's something they've done. And Leland's ability cooldown, we've added to the base cooldown. So what they've done is pretty much increase the time of the ability to be refreshed. So if you use it once, you may have to wait, not 120 seconds, sorry. Leland's 144 seconds. You may wait 210, naturally. Even at level 3, you have to wait 210 seconds to use it again. So that's what they've done there. Don't know what the time is exactly, but I'm guessing it's been much larger, just so then it's not spammable in a game. Does it change their kits anyway? Not really. Leland does become much of a savior who'll play more salvage with ability. Connie won't be able to go through things quickly, but she still has proficiency and efficiency locksmith at the same time on her build, so it doesn't even matter. This change is pretty much obsolete. Escape restraints minigame. We adjusted the minigame to escape your restraints at the start of the match. Yeah, just a bit slower. It takes a little bit longer, so you don't want to spam it. It creates more noise. Requires slightly more taps to escape. The overall minigame will take slightly longer to complete. That's pretty much all they've done. Strength and stealth still affect this minigame. Players can build accordingly. So you can run a stealth build at 42 and strength at like 37 or even 40, depending on your characters. And you should be able to bypass that little minigame and start like it's nothing. If you think that was even important to actually bypass. It's still there though. So it's your choice. And 7-player lobbies are there. Back once again. As we said, this game doesn't need a 3v3. This game doesn't need a 2v4 or 4v2. That was a silly idea to have in a game that was made as a 3v4. Everything is balanced around a 3v4. Why would you reduce the play count? In any way, there was no reason to. It just affected the game and the way the game plays. And people just left because they don't want to do a 3v3. They don't want to do a 2v4. They'd rather wait. Even though the lobby resets, they're cool with that. At least have 7 players, you know? The 7 players is such a requirement, you should never change that. The game was built as a 3v4, it stays as a 3v4. If they want to add a new game mode and it becomes like a 2v2, okay, at least that's funny. Yeah, make that happen. You know? Feels fair, but in the first game mode being changed that much is not a good idea. Anyway, but those are my opinions about it. That's a patch. There will be a teaser very soon about the next thing that's happening. Please be DLC. I want a bloody new map. I just want to play Junkyard already. That's all I want to play, Junkyard, because I know that all the maps offer hard. This does change the way I'm going to play the game to a certain degree. That's cool to see. But it's more about, do I want to pick Leland or Connie a lot? Maybe not. Do I want to pick Sissy? Maybe not. Fusebox and Valve on Swordhouse is easier/harder, depending on how you play. Okay. That's it. That's it. So, I'm hoping for more substantial changes like this, but in high numbers. I want the game to keep changing for the better. So it always keeps everyone on their toes. So it's more interesting. And new maps will change the dynamic of the game overall and keep players retained, which I think is a very important part, especially after what happened with Evil Dead and not having a retaining playbase, or not a high retaining playbase. They've stopped all future content. I don't want that to happen with this game. And I feel like having great content released and encouraging players to retain and play the game for longer is a great idea. Because I can guess from the playbase, if I check Steam charts, it's dropped by maybe 0.5% already. Like 50% have dropped playing this game. Because you play for a month and there's nothing else added. And again, that's like somewhat like live service because there isn't much content to begin with. It becomes a bit annoying for a player that plays 250 hours or 200 hours. They get kind of bored of it, which is completely understandable. But those are my opinions about this. Good update. Need more. Just need more. Simple as that. Just give me more. Just gimme. Give me updates. I need them now. That's a review of the new patch that just got released right now. Make sure to enjoy. Tell us your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to know. If mates are new, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, follow us on Twitch, join the Discord, code Lordy game subs for 10% off, and BTLmerch.com. Show the support, greatly appreciated.